Hi everyone, welcome to the class. In this session, we will discuss about second generations of computers. 1956 and 1963 in between, these second generations computers are evolved. So, the development of the transistors revolutionized the development of the computers invented at the Bell Laboratories. Generally, the transistor is the main component were used in second generations of computer. So let me name here second second generations of computers. Second generations of computers. In second generations of computers, so one of the most important component is transistors. Transistors. Transistors were used for what operations? Internal operations. Transistors were used for internal operations. So in second generation. The second point, so magnetic core. Magnetic core for main memory. For main memory. Magnetic core for main memory was used. So 3, magnetic tapes and discs. Magnetic tapes and discs were used for secondary memory. Used for secondary memory. So main memory, magnetic core device is used. Main memory, magnetic core device used. Magnetic tapes and discs were used for secondary memory. This is permanent memory. Secondary memory means permanent memory. And high level languages. High level languages were used for developing programs. In order to develop programs, right? So we require some language, which is what? High level language. High level language were used for developing programs. So in the second generation, the systems were faster. More powerful, and cheaper. So these are the second generation of computer, the key points. So more sophisticated high level language used in second generations is COBOL. COBOL. Have you heard about this name? COBOL. COBOL. C means common. CO means common business. BOL. Common business oriented language. This is the high level language used in second generation. And also Fortran. 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 This is also one of the high level language used in second generations of computer. So what do you mean by Fortran? Formula translator. FOR means formula, TRAN means translator. Formula translator. Came into common use during this time, generally. So these are the various important features used in second generation of computer. They ask you to explain, write these points is enough. Okay. So the next, third generations of computer. third generations of computers. Third generations of computers, the important features are integrated circuits. So number one, integrated circuits. Integrated circuits. So this is the most important component used in third generations. So integrated circuits on silicon chips. Integrated circuits were used, you can write simply, were used in used for what? Internal operations. We require internal operations. For that purpose we are using integrated circuits. The second point is mini computers. Mini computers were introduced. Mini computers were introduced. Third one, in this third generation, the emergence of the software industry we have seen. Okay, you can write like computers were able to reduce computation time from some microseconds. You can write maintenance cost also becomes very lower. Maintenance cost was low in this generation, as and also as hardware failures are rare. Rare means what? So rare means like hardware failures were rare. Rarely we can get some failures. And systems were totally general purpose and could be used for number of commercial applications. And also same point we can include in this, the systems were faster compared to second generation systems. Systems were faster and more powerful compared to second generations of systems. So this explanation is enough for the third generations of computer. Okay, so in third generation of computer, the most important component is what? Integrated circuits. Here most important component is what? Transistors. So if they ask you the question, like 1 marks question, the important component used in second generation, write transistor. Important component used in third generation is integrated circuits. ICs, you can say ICs, simply we can say ICs means integrated circuits. So we are moving into fourth generations of computer. In fourth generation computer, most important component is microprocessors. More circuits on chips, LSI and VLSI. Okay, so I will take here one line. So here I am taking fourth generations of computer. So explain fourth generation of computer, write these points. Okay, I will give you the points to you. So more circuits on chips, LSI and VLSI. Circuits, you can write like more circuits on chips, LSI comma VLSI. LSI means what? Large scale integration. VLSI means very large scale integration. And the most important component is microprocessors. So introduction of microprocessors. Introduction of microprocessors. Introductions of microprocessors were introduced in this generation. Okay. So microcomputers and personal computers were affordable price. Was available to the common man. So affordable price to the common man, it is available. Okay. Microcomputers and personal computers. Microcomputers and personal computers. You can say PC. Personal computers were affordable. Affordable means low price. Affordable price to the common man. So this is what? Third point. The fourth point is hardware failures were negligible. Very low, very less hardware failures were there. Okay, now, and user friendly systems also available. User friendly systems, you can easily interact with that computers. Okay. Easily portable, and also we can write easily portable. Easily portable. So this is fifth point. Okay. So this is about fourth generations of computers. So finally, fifth generations of computers, present and beyond. This fourth generations of computers, like 1971 up to 2000 century, 20th century earlier, like 2001 and 2002 years, it is emerged, but present and beyond, it is a fifth generation. Present and beyond, fifth generation. We are in fifth generation now. Okay. Fifth generations of computer. Fifth generations of computers. Future also fifth generation you can include. So in fifth generation, development of the storage technology emerged. Development of storage technology. Storage technology means all of you know that, right? Large amount of data, huge amount of data we are storing in a one particular place. That technology developed in the fifth generation, and also it is developing in future also. Some other extending features it will come. Okay. And advancement of networking technology. Advancement of network technology. Advancement of network technology were emerged and also emerging. Presently it is emerging. Some latest technology like 4G technology, 5G, it is emerging in future. So this advancement is in fifth generation. Advancement of the networking technology. Systems are more reliable, faster and cheaper. The common point you can include in any generation. Any generation means after third generation. Okay. And also concept of parallel processing in computers also introduced. Computers are more intelligent. You can write this is a point. Computers are more intelligent. And development of robots to assist human beings. Development of robots to assist human beings. Humans, you can write humans. So artificial intelligence, that is a concept. Artificial intelligence, we are creating an intelligence to the material, that is what the robots. So that technology also introduced, and also presently it is in hot in market. So and also supercomputers also introduced in the fifth generation, and the man machine interface will be closer to the human system, and many advances in the science of computer design and technology in this generation. So if they ask you to explain the generations of computer in detail, you can write this explanation is enough. If they ask you any two generations in detail, you can write any two generations is enough. Okay, so this is about generations of computer. Okay, generations of computer. So let us move on. We will discuss about classification of computer now. Most important question: classification of computer. Classification of computers. So computers are classified into three different types. Computers are classified into how many types? Three different types. I will draw one diagram. Classification of computer. So first type is what? Analog computers. Second type is digital computers. Third type is hybrid computers. Analog computers. Second one, digital computers. Third one, hybrid computers. So there are three different types of computers are classified. So analog computers, what do you mean by analog computers? So before that, I am again dividing digital computers into two types, purpose wise and size and performance wise. Again, digital computer is divided into two different types. One is purpose wise. Second one is size and performance wise. So this is purpose wise, and it is size and performance wise. So in purpose wise have general purpose and special purpose. Again, purpose wise have two different types. I am taking, this is one type, this is another type. This is special purpose. The second one is general purpose. And size and performance wise have four different types: micro, mini, mainframe and super. Performance wise, four different types. So the first one is microcomputers. Second one is mini computers. Third one is mainframe computers, and finally supercomputers. So this is the classification of computers. Okay now. So classification of computers is divided into analog computers, digital computers, and hybrid computers. Again, digital computers are divided into purpose wise and size and performance wise. Purpose wise, again, special purpose and general purpose. Size and performance wise, microcomputers, mini computers, and mainframe computers and supercomputers. So these are the different types of computers. Classification of computers. So what do you mean by analog computers? Now understand what do you mean by analog computers. So in analog computers, continuous quantities are used. So you can write the definition here. What do you mean by analog computers? Continuous quantities are used. Computations are carried out with the physical quantities such as voltage, length, current, temperature, etc. Okay now. So the devices that measure such quantities are analog devices. So I am writing here, analog computers are continuous quantities are used. In this continuous quantities are used. In this continuous quantities are used. Computations are carried out with the physical quantities. We can write another point like computations are carried out. Computation means calculations. Computation means computations are carried out. Carried out means what? We are taking out the calculations. We are taking out with the physical quantities. With physical quantities. Okay, this is analog computers. You know all of the physical quantities such as voltage, length, current, temperature. These are the physical quantities. So with the physical quantities, the computations are carried out. Okay. So these analog computers. All of you know that analog computers operate by measuring rather than counting. This point is most important. Include this point. So analog computers operate by measuring rather than counting. This is analog computers. Okay, so this is about analog computers. So digital computers means what? The digital computers work upon discrete data. They convert the data into digits like binary digits 0 and 1. All of you know that, right? And all operations carried out on these digits. So that is digital computers. So digital computers work upon digital data. You can write the explanation. So it works on digital data. Discrete data. You can write discrete data like you can say binary digits. They convert the data into binary digits and all operations carried out on these digits only, binary data digits only. Okay, and a digital computer basically known how to count the digits and add data. It will be very easily it will be known. So computers are much faster than analog computers. These digital computers are compared to analog computers, it will be most faster. Okay now. So it is divided into purpose wise and size and performance wise. You can write purpose wise. Digital computers are classified into two types. Correct, purpose wise and size and performance wise. So blood pressure and monitoring the system, these are the example for purpose wise. Okay. Size and performance wise means micro, mini, mainframe and supercomputers. Microcomputers means what? Is the most dominant form of a computer. A personal computer is a microprocessor based computing device designed to meet the computer needs of an individual. So that is microcomputers. Generally, all of you know that our using PC, personal computer, is a microcomputer. This most dominant form of a computer. A computer is a microprocessor based computing device. It's a microcomputer. Okay. What is mini computer? This type of computer is usually designed for real time dedicated applications or high performance. For high performance, we are using mini computers. And mainframe computers is large and expensive computer capable of simultaneously processing of a data for hundred of thousands of users. So hundred of thousands of user, in order to operate we require a system. Such system is called mainframe system. That is mainframe computer. Supercomputer. So what do you mean by supercomputer? Designed for ultra high performance. Ultra high performance means so very high performance, compared to performance it will be higher, more higher. Tasks such as weather analysis. Now today, nowadays have weather analysis. We have to analyze, right, whether rain will come or not, and all analysis and encryption, cracking and creation of animations in supercomputers are used. Supercomputers are large and expensive generally. So these are the different types of computers. And also finally, hybrid computers is a combination of both analog computers and digital computers. You can write it is a combination of both analog and digital computers. It is the combination of analog and digital computers. Analog and digital computers. You can write this explanation is enough. Okay. This is about classification of computers. Okay. So we will discuss some other concepts by next class. Thank you everyone.